We are entering into a new ministry year unlike any other. The last year and a half has taught us many lessons about ourselves, our families, our community here at Redeemer Downtown, and our mission in New York City. Even as we've endured great losses and may have more uncertainty than ever before, what remains absolutely clear is that God is calling us to be a beautiful community, not just for ourselves, but for the city. In the ministry year ahead, we are hopeful as we move forward with all that God has taught us through the pandemic.
One of the things made clear to all of us is that we all need life-giving community. This past year, many of us formed deeper relationships and experienced the joy of being known and cared for. But we also know that many of us remain disconnected and need that deeper community in our lives. That's why we're excited to be launching a number of new and existing community groups this fall. Community groups remain the place to be known and cared for, centered around God's Word and prayer. In addition, this year we are excited to formally introduce local gatherings as a new way to grow our community. These local gatherings will include meals, fun activities, and service opportunities hosted by our community members. It's our hope that as we encounter Christ through community this year, we'll help one another grow and experience the rich life of a family growing together in the gospel.
We've also been reminded of our need to be a worshiping community. Though the restrictions created by the pandemic have caused us to change a lot about our Sunday worship services, we are thankful to be able to gather and to worship in spirit and in truth. We're also really excited to be relaunching our 5 p.m. evening service beginning the first week of October. We hope that this will create more space for friends and for neighbors to come and experience the beauty of who Jesus is.
And to make all this happen, our Sunday service teams are always hard at work to do what's required to help foster a welcoming and joyful worship service. In this season, we are working to adhere to CDC guidelines so that our services are a hospitable and safe experience for everyone. We believe that every connection our volunteers make with our congregants is an opportunity to encounter the love of God through our service. So whether in welcoming, ushering, or in serving communion, our prayer is that you experience God's love here at Redeemer Downtown.
This past year has been especially challenging for our families and children, which is why we're so thankful for the important work of our entire children's ministry team. Whether it has been in person or virtually, God has enabled us to serve our children. And this fall, we're planning and preparing to provide a full in-person programming again for our kids, and it will prioritize their health and their safety. Our staff and volunteers, we love our kids and their families, and we're committed to helping them grow and learn about Jesus and learn even more about how much He loves them.
So whether you've been here at Redeemer Downtown for several years, or you're new to our church, now is a great time to join or to rejoin our community and to be a part of all that God is doing in us and through us in this next chapter of our lives together. It's our prayer that we will live out the hope and the joy of the gospel in the city that God has called us to love and serve for our good and His glory.